Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
So the question is essentially that do you agree with the hypothesis that Indian subcontinent is an outlier on the good side, which means 22% of the world's population has less than 2% of the cases and even less than 2% of the deaths. So is there something in the subcontinent, whether BCG vaccinations, epigenetics, genetics, whatever it's called, or is it just that we are probably 3 weeks behind the Western world?
There are many hypotheses, of course, for this, that why India and the neighboring countries have had relatively less impact so far. And I think, again, it's a combination of things. I doubt if it's any one. We have a younger population. I think there's a big difference in the age structure of the population. So even if this infection had been spreading, we know that in most cases, it's very, very mild illness and people don't even think twice about it. It's just like a cold and you get over it, like a flu. And so it may be not the same severity as what you see in Europe, where you have a very large proportion of the elderly. The second is that the international travel, compared to some of the countries in Europe and in India, of course, it's less, the proportion of people who are traveling abroad and who might have brought the infection in. So the seeding of infection also could have been less. And then I think what is also very important to mention is that the measures were taken. Action was taken. India did take WHO's advice and the advisories that were being put out seriously. Health system was geared up. The whole of government got geared up. They took action, and that has also helped to keep it low. Now, it could at any time start going up again. And it's particularly worrying if that happens in crowded places like urban slums. And so we must, I think for India, but also many countries in Africa, really need to think about how do you handle this? Because we live in a different environment than Europe. Social distancing in Europe is very different than physical distancing in countries of the developing world, where you live in overcrowded cities. And so I think a new approach, a different approach, a more balanced approach could be actually pioneered by India and many of the countries in Africa, where you put in place public health measures which are sensible. And I think community participation is very critical and very key. You know, I was looking back at all the other public health successes that have been possible in India, whether it was a control of HIV/AIDS or polio eradication, was only possible through, smallpox. It was only possible because the communities understood and they cooperated and they participated.